Praises to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai Bashim Achakadash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders, great millstone, and teach well. Peace, love, salutation to the elect 144 first fruit. Alright, so coming to you with a lesson here, just a little update what's going on. This is from South Florida Sentinel. Says twin storms off the U.S. East Coast is possible for forecasters say. Here's the latest. I got something to say about that title, but let's keep reading a little bit. So pretty much it says the stage is set for an unusual situation in the tropics as two potential storm systems try to organize in a close proximity to each other off the U.S. East Coast over the next week. It says how the forecast unfolds in the coming days is very much uncertain as the systems interact with each other and move through the wake of the major hurricane Gabrielle and other influencing weather conditions. That uncertainty, forecasters say, should have the U.S. coast and Bahamas and Bermuda on alert for potential storm. The next two named storms, Humberto and Imelda, are likely to form over the next week as tropical storms or hurricanes. AccuWeather lead hurricane expert Alex Del Silva said the system located in the central Atlantic has 90% chance of developing in the next 2 days. Forecasters with the National Hurricane Center said Wednesday that is likely to stay well north of the Caribbean. Now, let's go back up to this title. It says twin storms off the east coast of America is possible, forecasters say. So the reason I say it's possible, well, first off, let's get this really quick. Job 27:20 says, terrors take hold on him as waters. A tempest stilleth him away in the night. You can just really apply this. Well, let's keep going. It says, the east wind carrieth him away. Right. You can apply this to the missiles, in a sense. All right. Because let's just say this too. Because Russia would be east, all right, of America, and that's where they're going to shoot off from. It says, and he departed, and as a storm hurleth him out of his place, right? But I'm just using this right now for just the topic at hand with these storms. These two storms could turn into tropical storms that end up going up the east coast of America. Now, the reason I really emphasize it's possible for forecasters to say is, as we know, earlier this year in that one big beautiful bill, if I'm not mistaken, Trump. So this is back on July 10th. It says the lasting threat of Trump's cuts to NOAA and NWS on American communities. Now the NOAA and WS is weather, okay? The National Weather Service, if I'm not mistaken. All right. So pretty much it's going to be hard to predict certain weather events that come. All right. Let's just read this. It says the Trump administration cuts the NOAA and the NWS staffing and research capabilities are hindering the nation's ability to prepare for and respond actively to extreme weather events. Now you have your weather app and things like that. Me personally, I use an app called My Radar. I highly suggest you download this app. It shows you real time storms like what we just named. It shows Humberto and Gabrielle on this, and they're both in the Atlantic. They're both about to hit. It looks like Humberto's about to go towards like Puerto Rico and stuff, and then the Bermuda. Looks like Gabrielle's headed straight towards the East Coast, not about to hit any of the And this thing shows you earthquakes. About 14 minutes ago, there was a 6.3 earthquake in Venezuela, so that's pretty interesting. But anywho, these storms that are coming could probably already be a category 1, 2, or 3 at this very moment. But since he cut funding to the NOAA, in the NWS, well, it's hard to really get an exact, you know, possibility of these storms. It's possible for forecasters say it's possible. They don't have the funding. They don't have enough manpower to continue to track these things. This is over the 4th of July weekend, right? Because I think that one big beautiful bill was signed on the 4th. It says heavy rainfall led to devastating catastrophic flooding across 6 central Texas counties. Now we understand during that time there was like that flood that happened in Texas that is just a storm that popped out of nowhere, and they said it rained. It was about 3 days worth of rain in like 12 hours, and it just flooded everything. And I think like 50 people died, and a lot of them were kids, you know. But it says more than 100 people have died. I stand corrected. More than 100 people have died, with hundreds more reported as still missing. The flood has already become the deadliest inland U.S. flooding event in almost 50 years. As of this writing, the estimated total damage of the economic loss will be between $18 billion to $22 billion. The events in Texas are heartbreaking and a reminder of the harmful continued climatic change will be. Now, whatever it does say, though, Trump's administration has significantly reduced the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, NOAA, staff, research capacity, and data sharing capabilities, including weather forecasts. That's why they have to come out with it's possible. They don't know. They don't have the data. They don't have the research capability. These 2 storms that are coming in could devastate the East Coast. It could wipe out the East Coast. You never know. The Lord can spin his finger around, and next thing you know, it's higher than a Category 5. They start getting to the Category 7s. We're talking about the movie Geostorm in the Day After Tomorrow. Movie Geo. Yeah, the movie Geostorm. Go watch that. And then movie Day After Tomorrow. I think this is with Jake Gyllenhaal in it. It was just bad storms, okay? Bad storms that happen, okay? And this could definitely happen with these 2 storms here with Humberto and Gabriella, all right? These things can happen, but hey, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, right? I'll just read that really quickly. Yeah, Isaiah 10:1, it says, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees and that write grievousness which they have prescribed. Right. It says to turn aside the needy from judgment and take away the right from the poor of my people. Right. Random stores coming to wipe away everybody, but you have cut the funding to the National Weather Services. And now it says in particular has lost to close 600 staff at a time when 4% of the National Weather Forecast offices are facing significant staff vacancies. Right. So how are they supposed to get this news to the majority of the people? Esau wants mass destruction and wants these things to happen to bring in quote unquote a solution to solve all of this. And it's sad that he even takes it down to weather, to make this happen. And what I'm talking about is the MOTB. Everything leads to that. Oh, there won't be any missing people in floods anymore if everybody was chipped. You see what I'm saying? They're going to use any and everything to, pretty much give them an excuse to implant you with something, So that's about all I had on that here. Just keep an eye out on these 2 storms here right now. But Lord willing, this was edifying. We give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Akakodash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, great millstone, rule, and teach well. Peace, love, salutation to the elect 144 first fruit. Till the next time, we'll say shalom. Like always, repent, for Yahweh Shai is coming back sooner than what me and you believe. All right, shalom.